In the past 90 days, we managed $414,000 for a B2B SaaS client and helped them scale from $0 to $20,000 a day in YouTube ad spend. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 ways of how you can actually prove your YouTube ads are working so you can scale confidently. If you're new to the channel, I'm Silvio Perez, the founder of AdConversion. We teach 8,000 plus B2B marketers how to master ads, and we manage $3 million a month in ad spend for top B2B SaaS brands. So everything B2B and advertising, that's our jam. You're in the right place. Okay, so the first way you can prove your YouTube ads are working is using a search lift study inside of Google Ads. So Google Ads allows you to do some pretty cool lift studies where they'll basically measure the influence and the impact of the awareness of your YouTube ad campaigns. Now, in order to use a search lift study, it's not available for everyone. So if you don't have the access to this feature, you can find it under the goals and measurement section. You need to reach out to your Google Ads rep to unlock the feature for you. Now, basically what you can see here is I ran a search lift study for this client, and we were basically trying to understand what was the impact of our YouTube ads campaigns on our branded name. So if people go to Google and they search our branded search term. And basically, we could find from this search lift study that our YouTube campaigns drove a 45% lift in the amount of people searching our branded terms with a greater than 90% certainty of the lift, which is really cool. So using the search lift study, it can give you a lot of confidence to understand and measure that spillover and that influence that YouTube is having in terms of impacting the business. One other thing I will mention too with search lift studies that I ran into is there's minimum required budgets. So if you want to get active on a search lift study, you need to have a minimum of $10,000 in spend in a 28-day period. So if you don't have that much spend yet, just know that this won't be an option for you. Where these studies get even cooler is you can break down your performance to understand which video ads are driving the most incremental lift. So in this table here, I have to blur out the videos for the sake of my client, but you can see that I can understand what's the incremental lift for each one of my videos that have enough impression data and that served enough. So for context, like this video here on the top drove a higher incremental lift in searches compared to this video here on the bottom, which is really cool. So now I can optimize not just based on view rate or click-through rate or even conversions, I can optimize based on incremental lift, which is really powerful if my goal is to use YouTube to drive awareness that actually increases pipeline impact. Okay, the second way we can measure the impact of our YouTube campaigns is using a brand lift study. Brand lift study, similar to a search lift study, requires a minimum of $10,000 in budget per study that you run. So for context, in this example, I ran a study around ad recall, and I wanted to understand how many users remember actually seeing our ads. And I can show you an example of that in a second. And basically what we can see here is, according to the study, our ads drove a 2% increase in ad recall. And I really love how you're able to segment into ages, genders, devices, campaigns, videos, so you can get a much better understanding of, like, again, what assets, what campaigns are actually driving the greatest recall. And when you set up a brand lift study, you do need a minimum of $10,000 in budget per study that you run, so it can get quite expensive. And you do have a lot of options in terms of brand lift studies. You can run from ad recall to purchase intent to awareness. There's a bunch of different options. And basically what Google is going to do is they are going to show that survey in YouTube ads. I'm sure you probably have seen it. It looks like this. So this is what the brand lift study looks like in practice. People will get a questionnaire when they're watching YouTube. It'll ask them to fill out the survey or they can skip it. And basically you as the advertiser, you can set different preset questions. So for example, in this one, this is a survey that is trying to measure the impact of ad recall. This is similar to the one that I did. So we had my client's name and then we had all of their competitors listed underneath to try to understand, are people actually remembering seeing our ads more often, which is where that 2% increase came from. You could also do surveys around purchase intent. So instead of asking which of these brands have you seen recently, it might ask something like, which of these brands are you more likely to purchase from? And then you can have you versus your competitors, and you can start to measure the impact of purchase and if people are more likely to purchase from you. So brand lift studies are another great option for you. If you don't have it, again, reach out to your Google rep to unlock this feature. The next way you can measure the impact of your YouTube ad campaigns is using self-reported attribution. So this is where people are telling you how they found you. So for example, in AdConversion, we have a multi-step onboarding form that new students go through. And one of the questions we ask is, how did you hear about ad conversion? And here people can tell us, they can choose from one of these options. So they can choose YouTube if more people are hearing about us from YouTube, or they can just write out exactly what source it is, exactly where they found from us. And this is very insightful because you'll start to see, especially if you're never getting any leads or anything from YouTube at all mentioned, and now you're starting to see people come inbound and more people are referencing YouTube as the source of where they heard about you from. That's very confidence building. So you have that assurance that you can actually get in front of the people that you want to get in front of and drive a business impact. So self-reported attribution is one of the easiest things to do. Highly recommend it, not just for YouTube, but just marketing in general. Those insights are very valuable. I just wanted to take a quick second and say, if you're loving this video, you're going to absolutely love our free courses at AdConversion.com. Just come down our educational path here and you can join 8,000 plus B2B marketers that are studying our courses on Reddit, Google, LinkedIn. All of this is for free, seriously free. If you don't believe me, just check out our wall of love here with all of our reviews from everyone that's taken our courses. For us, we're really just trying to build the go-to place to master B2B ads. So that is why we do this for free. So if you're seriously loving this video, you like our channel, help us get the word out there. If you can give it a thumbs up, that helps us out a lot as a small channel to reach more audiences. And again, if you're ready to take things to the next level, come check us out at AdConversion.com. The fourth way you can measure the impact of your YouTube campaigns is with direct or view-through conversions. I think a lot of people don't realize this, but YouTube can drive conversions, directly from your campaigns. Now, is it the most common? No. Other channels have more strength in that regard, but it can happen, especially if you're trying to run direct response ads, where you're trying to drive people to some sort of offer that can convert on cold traffic. You can actually drive direct response leads. So here you can see in YouTube, I've got all my YouTube campaigns listed out. And you can see in the conversions column, I have conversions associated to my campaigns. So this is very, again, confidence building. So I can segment, understand which conversion actions are getting triggered. And then also I have view through conversions. View through conversions are very interesting because view through conversions measure of the people who saw your ads, how many people later found you and then converted outside of the ad. So using view through conversions plus the self-reported attribution, plus the search lift studies, the brand lift studies, all of this together is extremely helpful for you to build a case and to ultimately have that confidence that YouTube is working for you as a channel. Lastly, the fifth way you can measure and know that your YouTube ads are working is unexplainable surges. So what I mean by this is you hear things from your team like, we can't explain it. We have no idea where this came from, but we've got this massive increase in traffic, or we got this massive influx in demo requests. These unexplainable increases of activity that, just seem to come out of nowhere, that's also likely because of your YouTube ad campaigns. And YouTube is very much this compounding vehicle. It's a bit slower in the beginning, but over time, it just continues to build and build momentum as you increase the amount of people that see your ads and you start to really build that ad recall in the market. So if you're noticing things or you're hearing things from your team like, we just got this massive influx of traffic and we have no idea where it came from, or volume picked up considerably, or you're noticing more conversions coming from branded search Google campaigns, things like this, these unexplainable surges are usually a good sign from YouTube. One last bonus thing that I want to mention is if you're very skeptical still about YouTube ads, despite all of the methods that we talked about, the last maneuver is to just pause all of your YouTube campaigns and take a look at your baselines and see what happens. So meaning if you're averaging a certain amount of volume with YouTube on in terms of demos, organic traffic, direct traffic, and then just turn it off and then keep an eye on it over the next 30, 60 days and see what happens. Do you see demos go down considerably, organic traffic, direct traffic? If you do, then that's pretty good indication that YouTube was contributing a lot more than you were giving credit for it. I hope this video was valuable. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us grow our reach as a small channel, and subscribe so you can be notified of future videos. And when you are ready, check out AdConversion.com and join our community of 8,000 plus B2B marketers and master ads with our free courses. Super grateful for you. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one.